What up, sports fans and fellow foodies? I'm Julie, and welcome to my kitchen, where each week I talk sports while whipping up culinary creations. So originally, I'm watching Sunday's games unfold, and the White Sox had a shutout, and Spain is working on a shutout, and the Cubs had a shutout going, and the Cubs gave up one meaningless run on a sacrifice fly, ruining my whole shutout theme. But props anyway to some great defense being played today by all three teams involved that I just mentioned, and some great pitching by both the Cubs and the Sox. But this time it is all about Team Spain. They win the World Cup by knocking off the defending champ Argentina, and this one was kind of dull for most of the game. But it was exciting at the end, it really was. All right, so what I've got going here is my hot skillet that I just added some olive oil to, because I am making a World Cup party of tapas. Woohoo, tapas party. This one's gonna be fun. It's gonna be all sorts of little small bites, tapas, Spanish, small plates. You've gone to the restaurant before, you and your buddies or your friends or your family, you order a bunch of little plates and everybody nibbles off everybody else's plates. So I've got some different ideas going on here that you can serve for any party, but are especially themed for Spain and Argentina and all the flavors of Mexico of the World Cup. All these come together in this one tonight. So I'm starting with this nice hot pan and I'm adding to it chorizo. Now, I meant to buy the sausage links that were pre-cooked and I could slice them into coins, but I saw these and these were so cute, these little ones, that I thought, oh, we're gonna use those, not realizing it's the uncooked, kind of, ground beef looking kind. That's okay. You know what? Every party has an uninvited guest, and this one actually made itself at home in a good way. So I'm gonna get this frying up. We got the hot oil working. We're gonna let this go for a few minutes here, make sure it's all cooked. So I'm breaking it up, and then we're gonna add a few things into this. So what marked this game today? Well, again, Argentina, the defending champ, first time ever that any team in World Cup play has gone without a shot on goal for 90 minutes. The 90 minutes plus the extra time. Argentina had nothing going. So Spain shut down Lionel Messi, and they had a contribution from a substitute. They had Ferran Torres come in 62 minutes into the game, and he was the one who wound up scoring the game-winning goal in the first minute of extra time. Crazy how guys step up on the biggest of stages, and he helped Spain achieve the win. So we got some flavors of España going on here. We've got some Argentinian flavors going. It is a party, and this is already smelling amazing. So as I'm working this to get nice and cooked and brown, and it is looking and smelling delicious, and see I got all that sizzle going there, I'm going to toss into that some sweet red onions. Got those diced. You could do garlic, you can do onions. I'm going to do some red onions. That sweetness plays off really nice. I'm using a pork chorizo here. You can do pork, you can do beef. We're going with the pork. And wait till you see where we're going to go with this. So for right now, I'm going to toss in a little bit of fresh parsley from my garden. That's a running theme throughout. You'll see it in a couple different dishes here. And while this is working, I'm going to show you some of our other components as well. So over here, I have what I actually bought at the store as a Spanish cheese plate. It came in these beautifully pre-cut triangles with Iberico cheese, Manchego cheese, and queso de cabra. So they're different varieties of cow's milk, sheep's milk, goat's milk cheeses. And they came all pre-sliced and all beautiful like that already. Found them like that at the grocery store. That's always a plus. All right, this is looking good. We're just about done here. So in the meantime, I will let you know that I've also got some beautiful Spanish olives down front. This is crazy. These are elote almonds. Yeah, I know we were on an elote kick a few weeks ago for the 4th of July. Found these Blue Mountain almonds. They make all sorts of different flavors, and these are actually elote flavored almonds. Crazy, bold flavor there. I have here a chimichurri. This is a jarred sauce that I bought, but I added some red wine vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, and again, some of that fresh parsley. So we got that as an accompaniment there. This, oh, wait till you see this. This is just too cool for words. I love wandering the international aisles. I really do. I found these beautiful little fried plantain cups. Check those out. Now I did have to fry these off. They come frozen. I did them in my Fry Daddy. You can do them in a skillet, but you just have to make sure they're covered in oil. So what I'm doing with these, this little hidden gem, my star off the bench, I am putting in the bottom a cube of provolone cheese. And on top of that, we're gonna put some of our hot chorizo mix. So it's gonna melt the cheese. And it's got beautiful color and it smells amazing. And on top, I am gonna sprinkle just a little smidge of my smoked paprika. Beautiful. And then we're gonna add a little bit more of that fresh parsley. I'm gonna put that down front on our board here. And we're gonna do one more composition that is just gonna make this sing. So what I have here, I'm taking the manchego cheese and I'm adding some sliced peppers. These are called piquillo peppers, and you can find them in the grocery store. It's a sliced red pepper that has some sweetness to it. It's silky, it's delicious. For some reason, I don't know, this one just makes my mouth smile a little bit more than just a regular marinated red pepper that you find kind of in the Italian section. This one, hands down, a winner. That's what we're talking about today, winners. So I'm gonna put my sliced pepper here on my manchego cheese. I'm gonna drizzle it with just a little bit of olive oil. It's okay if I get a little on my pan here. I'm gonna drizzle it with some pretty olive oil. Again, hit it with a little bit of our smoked paprika, a little bit more of our beautiful greenery. Look how pretty that's looking there. We also have some baguette slices here. All I did was brush these in olive oil and toast them off. You can do it in your oven, your air fryer, but you got some crispy baguettes. And that's gonna go with pretty much any of the stuff you have here that you can kind of smush onto there. You can put cheese on there, you can put your chimichurri sauce on there, but the real star, just like Torres today, the star is the chorizo. That brought it, and that brings this whole thing together. So again, you've got all sorts of options, but just little bites. Everyone can nibble on these while they're watching the games, watching the action. Now obviously we're done with the World Cup for this year, but it was an exciting finish today. Not so exciting for the first 90 minutes, but it was an exciting finish. So congrats to Team Spain, just their second win in their nation's history in the World Cup. And it was a fun one to watch. And now we'll go back to baseball and getting ready for Bears training camp. I'm Julie. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen. I'll see you next time.